Okay, so maybe my countdown doesn't work.
Hello.
Well, I guess it was working because on YouTube it was showing numbers and on here it wasn't. What's up, guys? Welcome to Nerd Talk. YouTube.
Oh, geez. Oh, geez. Okay, sorry. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay.
We have welcome to Nerd Talk. Today we are going to be discussing Falcon and the Winter Soldier, episode 5. 5.
Yeah, 5. I thought this was a 6th episode. Was wrong.
Ooh.
I just finished it.
Did you just finish it? Did you see the end?
Yeah.
Did you watch the post-credit scene?
Yes, that is what Ange meant by the end, so. So, this was a pretty crazy episode. I'm glad that I think this was a very good episode. I think this is probably one of the best ones.
I agree. I liked it too. So, you like it?
Hi, Matt.
I liked it.
Matt was first.
Are you hosting?
You weren't saying anything.
I had a mouthful of cookie.
Yeah, don't
Whose
eat
fault
when
is
you're hosting
that?
a show. Someone's gonna take it over.
Oh.
So, welcome into Nerd Talk. First things first, let's thank Dean from the Live Place, liveplace.com. You want to find a family-friendly streamer, go to Dean's the Live Place. And I am really blotchy. I could see it on the screen. I am really blotchy, and Kenzie is not, and I don't get it. And in the chat, we have Matt Stiles. Welcome in, Matt. Katrina Skalkini. Welcome in. Mike Wheeler, what's up? Gobble, gobble. Garrett Monarch Moment saying hi, Tracy, Kenz, Angela, and Abby. Annie Coog, welcome in. Will, the Hitchhiking Bones, welcome in. Brian Eisenhart, welcome in. And I think that's it so far. Guys, welcome. What did you guys think of this week's episode?
Was really good. I think this was probably one of the best episodes.
I agree.
Hi, Amy.
Amy from AGC Magic, welcome in. Let's see what Brian said something. John Walker's speech at a tribunal reminds me of Jack Nicholson and A Few Good Men. Yeah.
I'm so glad that they did that. They humbled him right up. They were like, "You're not Captain America. Get out." They really, and I'm very glad that they did that.
Me too.
They really humbled him, but they didn't because he thinks he's amazing.
Right. So that was my first question. My first question, what did you think about the episode? And filling in for Jeff on Monarch's Moments, we had the lovely Abby. The lovely
Monarch Moments. She does look like Hannah.
I'm sorry.
Why can't you talk today?
Filling in for Jeff from Diz Our Dream is Abby from Abby Rocks. That's right. I know your channel name. Abby Rocks. Welcome in. Thank you for filling in for Jeff this week.
Will, I agree. Will said, I enjoyed the end of this episode. Ready for the finale. And on to Loki. I just want Loki. That's what I want. I'm so ready.
Yes. So
we have Black Widow before Loki comes out. Anyway.
Do we?
Yep, Black Widow comes out May 7th.
Oh, that's good. We've been waiting a whole year for that.
Are we going to have to pay like a Prime? Is it going to be like Premier Access?
We're going to pay.
Yeah.
I'm hoping it's at the theaters near me when it comes out.
Okay. Abby says we're going to pay it because we'll probably do a nerd talk on that, right?
I would love to. We have to figure out either we see it at the movie theater or you have to get the Disney Plus.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that it's at the movie theater where I normally go.
It was supposed to come out last May.
It was.
But they postponed it due to COVID. I think they had to push it back, and now it's been a whole year.
Well, there are some movie theaters. I mean, our local theater still isn't open. So.
I don't go to our local theater anyways.
That's true.
I like going to the one that's a little farther away.
Well, welcome in, Carlos, Disney World Freak, he says, I'm paying for it. Abby want to pay for mine too.
Wait a minute.
And Will is saying July 9th for Black Widow.
Will is saying July 9th for Black Widow.
Let me look, because I saw May 7th.
Because that means Loki comes out first then.
Yes. So, Angela, what did you think of this week's episode? We're going to try to get hopefully some. I actually wrote down and I'm prepared. I have questions.
Thank you. So I really liked it. I liked the interactions between the
July now. Oh, that's
is it July?
That's really disappointing.
Yeah. But anyway, I liked the way that they interacted with some of the character interactions. I didn't like all the fighting at the beginning, but that's just me.
Like fight scenes for some reason.
But and John Walker, of course, got on my nerves, but I think that's what he's supposed to do.
I hated him the whole episode.
Yep. So, but I did like I liked how Bucky's interaction with the family, and
I liked how he was flirting with Sam's
Sarah.
sister.
Yeah, that was cute. That was cute. But he is adorable, Bucky, don't you think?
I thought it was very sweet with him being with, Sam's family because, he feels comfortable enough that he doesn't need to cover his, metal arm. He doesn't need, I feel like it's very cute the way that he seems to be very comfortable with them.
Yes. And I love how he helped out fixing the boat and stuff.
Yeah.
That was good. So.
I thought it was funny how sometimes he'd let Sam just struggle and then he'd go over and just pull it up.
Yeah.
That was pretty great.
Yeah. And it's like, why aren't you using your right arm? Well, I don't know. Or why aren't you using your
left hand?
Your left hand. Oh, I don't always think of it.
And he goes, I'm right-handed.
And then he remembers. Yeah.
He has a metal arm but doesn't get tired.
Yeah.
Ryan, I think Bucky's too old for everybody.
Oh, come on. What did you think, Ab?
I liked the episode. I thought it was probably one of the better episodes that they've had so far. Last week was also pretty good, I would say, but this week I think was better. And I have a feeling that next week is going to be pretty good too because it's the last episode, so they have to try to wrap up everything.
Yeah, and I liked how Elaine was there from Seinfeld.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
And I think it was important, the talking that we had about race and racism that's going on. And, we got a lot of, context for what exactly happened to Isaiah. And, that conversation between him and Sam, I think was really important.
Yes.
But I also think, obviously, I'm jumping ahead in the episode, but I think it's really great that Sam is going to, claim that as his own. I don't think he's going to call himself Captain America. He's going to be his own version of that. I don't think he wants to become Steve. He wants to be his own version.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think I don't think that's what Steve intended. I don't think he was intending him to be the next Steve Rogers. I think he wanted him to take the shield and become his own new person and build on to that role that he's fulfilling now.
Dad, what's another question you got?
I'm just gonna hit here in the comments. I see where Garrett says Bucky could have cleaned Walker's clock by himself. I hate how they made Bucky a bit weaker.
Yeah.
When he nearly knocked the real Captain America's block off. And I've always said this when we talk about the Marvel MCU. This is my biggest issue with Marvel MCU or whatever is that they always fluctuate the power of their
character.
Yeah.
So,
and I'm gonna say something about Walker. After Dad, did you have a question you wanted to say?
I do have.
Okay, what's the question?
Do you think John Walker got off easy?
Oh yeah, I think he got off too easy. I think he should. I think they said. And the guy told him, he was like, "You're fortunate that this is all you're getting right now," because I think maybe he got it off a little too easy.
Yeah, and he said you're lucky that you did all this for our country and stuff, so we're letting you off a little bit easier than we would if you didn't do what you had done previously.
Right.
Yeah. I think
I personally think he got off too easy, considering if we're bringing in today's day and age and we're bringing in something that's going on in the world itself. When we talk when the show hit on racism, which was an underlying factor here in this episode. I still think that if we're bringing it in, that was way too light of a sentence. I mean,
yeah, definitely.
To be stripped. Granted, as a military person being discharged with an other than honorable discharge, it's huge because they don't give him the benefits. They don't give him veteran benefits. They don't give him any of that. So
and
that was
his wife, fiance, whatever she is, she was so emo about it. Like, girl, your man's just murdered someone. Like,
yeah, I was like, seemed like perfectly fine with him still. And I was like, I don't think I would have been as okay if like that had happened.
Not at all.
And Will says, yes, Garrett, that's been we're talking about the power differential.
Right.
That's Will and Dawn's complaints for the series was his only explanation is Bucky is fighting with a conscience now, and that was
but it's true.
Than he was when he was the Winter Soldier.
I don't think Bucky wants to kill anybody.
I don't think he wants to kill anybody, but I think you got to remember if we look back at all of the MCU, where in Age of Ultron, and just an example, in the Age of Ultron, Vision was super powerful, super strong, he pretty much took on Ultron by himself. But then we get into Civil War, and he was kind of hindered by Hawkeye for a little bit, and then, granted, we know Wanda's supposed to be stronger, but so now Wanda puts him down in the middle of the ground. Me personally, I just think sometimes they don't know how to keep it one strength and either fall for it all the way through or how to dial it back and forth, because we have the same problem when we talk about Wanda and WandaVision. It seemed like she was a little too weak in WandaVision compared to where she was in Civil War.
Mm-hmm.
Or even as strong as she was in Endgame.
Yeah. But when you think about it, what Will says might make sense, because Bucky, when he was the Winter Soldier, he was like a killing machine, right? So you think about your mind over matter stuff and what you're capable of doing, if you feel so passionate about something, which at the time he was passionate about killing. So that came through, maybe at this point, that doesn't explain everything else, with Vision
but I
and
think
Wanda.
it was just his mindset that he had at the time caused him to use more of the power that he had to do what he had to do at the time. But now he's like probably obviously knows that it's wrong. He doesn't want to try to kill anybody because he's trying to get away from that mindset that he used to have. But I still think that they probably could have had him be a little bit more powerful. Yeah. Because again, like he was able to fight Captain America and like basically kick his butt, but like I don't know, maybe Captain America was going easy on him in like Civil War because or in Winter Soldier because he was Bucky and he didn't want to hurt him. But I don't know, Bucky just seemed more strong, powerful. And
that serum, was it different that John Walker took? Was it a little different?
Yeah, I think it was.
Well, you got to remember that the serum that John Walker ended up injecting in himself is what's in Callie and her team's blood.
Yeah.
The Winter Soldier serum was different than what was given to
Captain America.
Captain America.
Okay.
And Captain America's serum is slightly different, and probably the most perfected serum that was given, considering it was injected into the body. He also needed a high dose of radiation to activate that serum. The Red Skull got an imperfect form of the serum that Steve Rogers got. Once Steve Rogers was created and the Doctor was killed, then people went through and tried to duplicate that formula. And some of them went very well or somewhat well. I mean, we have the Incredible Hulk and Abomination, which was part of the Super Soldier Serum trials. Isaiah and his team, as you could tell from the story that he gave this episode, is they gave him multiple variations, and he was the only one it took to. Now, did it take to him because it was the right serum? Did it take to him because of his physiology? Who knows why it took to him per se? And then you have the super soldier serum that was given to Bucky as the Winter Soldier. You have a simple super soldier serum that was given to those super soldiers in the Siberia who was killed by Baron Zemo in Civil War. So there's multiple variations on it. So it just depends on how it affects and how they're what happens with it. So who knows if the one that John Walker took is the most perfected one, or is Captain Steve Rogers the most perfect aspect?
Yeah.
So, in the chat, I think going back to, I want to know who the woman in the courthouse was, and we'll get to that in a couple seconds. For those, Brian Eisenhart says, for those who want to watch it, Comics Explained released a full Isaiah Bradley story on his channel today. So, I mean, granted, there's a lot of different channels out there explaining what's going on in this, but we talk about nerd stuff, so I'm glad that you're all here. And then Garrett says, I think when Elaine showed up, Elaine, for all of you Seinfeld fans, knows who Julia Louise-Dreyfus is from Seinfeld, which is Elaine, showed up. She summed it up that she really wanted to eliminate the whole lot of John Walker, and he was an asset to their more
covert
organizations. And I've gotten, and we'll get to that. There was a serum that affects people differently, attacks your feelings. Okay, Katrina, what they brought up Weapons X in the end credit scene for one of the movies, I forget which, but the Weapon X program wasn't brought up in any MCU. So, who do you think the person is that Julia Louise-Dreyfus or Elaine is in this context? Because I actually talked with my brother yesterday, who is probably about as much of a nerd as I am.
You should have. Oh my gosh, we're sitting at this wedding, and we're at the reception and all this stuff, and these two nerds are just talking. I was too, but still, I was a part of it as well. But if you think Dad's bad when it comes to all the Star Wars stuff, my uncle's just as bad. They're all got so much information, and if Grandma's watching, she can agree because she was sitting there listening to them talk about it too.
That's not cool. Welcome in, Chris. Dad Builds, Dad Bites. Welcome in. When I was talking to my brother pretty much said that this is supposed to be the current head of Hydra. That's his opinion on who she is.
Yeah, that's literally who she is. They've confirmed it, didn't they?
I think she was supposed to be introduced in the Black Widow movie last year.
Make her first appearance there.
Oh, interesting.
But I did watch another video today that says that she could possibly be somebody else in the Marvel Universe, a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent who knows the Countess is a huge character. Again, I'm not a huge comic book fan, so I don't know where we're pulling this in from the comic books.
His brother is.
So let me ask a question, and maybe I don't want to jump around too much, and we can talk about this later if you want. I was confused with that whole thing with that guy coming out with whatever was in that silver suitcase and giving it to Carly. The girl. What was Carly? Carly, yes.
Carly.
He gave it to Carly, and she opened it up, and he said he wants to kill the Falcon. I was like, is that what he said? I just want to kill the Falcon. I thought she didn't want to kill Sam. Like, I wasn't really sure what that was all about. So
this actually leads to my next question.
Okay.
My next question, where do you think Sharon Carter fits into the story? And do we still I know at least I still think she's the power broker. I still think she is.
Yeah.
If you remember in the first episode, I can't remember his name. See, and if Russ was here, he can know who this guy's name is.
Yeah.
He was beaten by the Falcon. This is the same guy all the way back
In
from
the first episode?
In the first episode, remember when Captain America during, was it not Civil War? Captain and the Winter Soldier. Captain America and the Winter Soldier. They went on that boat. They went on that ship and went on the ship. Mm-hmm. And then Black Widow was going on and getting the other names. He was the guy that Captain America beat. And then the beginning of the episode, the first episode in this series, this is the guy that Sam beat. Remember Sam, the air battle that they had?
Yes.
This was the guy flying around. Now Sharon Carter calls this guy on the phone. Now we know that the power broker is after Callie and her team for stealing the serum formula, but then again, she also calls him up to
deliver
that stuff for Callie and her team.
So that was Sharon, you think, that did that? Called him to deliver that?
Yes, because
sounded like the same guy on the phone because he was French, I guess, right?
Welcome in, Keith, big Disney fan, and I think Chris Dad Build says, I'm starting to think that she is not, but she might be employed by the power broker.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So at this point, Elaine is working for the power. You think Garrett thinks Elaine's working for the power broker. So
her name was Valentina or something, wasn't it?
They're calling her Elaine because of Seinfeld.
Yeah, but I think her name was Valentina. Right?
Yeah, it's a really long name that she didn't.
Countess Valentina.
You can call me Val, but not out loud, just in your head.
Oh, okay.
So, I think that was an interesting point, Chris, yeah. So, I think she's either the power broker or, like they said, or working for him. Because here we got the power broker who wants Callie and her team, but now she sent this guy to help them out, and I came out into the other thing. So, there wasn't a lot for her, but a small part this time around.
Mm-hmm.
And Brian Eisenhart is trying to say that Val is the de facto head of Hydra. And I guess we'll see. We'll see in the next episode. I think I can't wait to talk about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but my question was, in the Power Broker episode where she was introduced, who was the person that ended up killing that one person they were meeting with? And how did she just randomly show up? She just showed up around the corner and just saved them.
In that episode, Baron Zemo shot the scientist because he doesn't want any super soldiers.
Not at that part. The part where they were meeting her in the city place. They're meeting that one girl, and they're like, "You can have Bucky or whatever if you tell us like this and stuff." I was talking about.
Sharon was there.
She was after that one girl got shot, and there was that bounty to find the people who killed her. Sharon came over and she shot this. Yeah, and she shot them. But where did she come from? How was she just happened to be there?
Yeah.
Did she place it that way on purpose so that she could save them and then talk to them about where Carly may be? Did she place this the way that she wanted it to be? Because she knew that they were looking for Carly?
Yeah.
Because the power broker, apparently she knows the power broker, he knows all or whatever. So he's always watching. So she would know if she was a power broker where they were
at any given point in time.
Yeah.
What's up, Kens?
No, it's nothing. I was gonna say something, but I don't remember what it was now. My head hurts. I thought it was a really good episode. I think there was a lot of really good topics brought up, and I don't even know what I was gonna say. What's another question, Dad?
Let's see. What do you think was in Sam's suitcase?
I think it's it's a suit made by the Wakandans, obviously. That's a Captain America type Falcon suit, something that's kind of a mixture of the both. I think that's what it's probably going to end up being. It's obviously a new suit.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. At first, I thought maybe it was new wings, but then it's probably beyond that.
I think it's probably like a new Captain America wingsuit, something like that.
Yeah,
something to incorporate both of what he is becoming now.
Right.
Yeah. I think there's definitely wings involved, though.
Something with flying, whether it's like some sort of like jetpack
because
type thing.
It wouldn't make sense for them to give him a new suit that had no wings, because that's literally been his primary thing.
Right.
That's the way he knows how to fight. Why would they, give him a suit that doesn't have wings on it?
Right.
The point is for him to.
It might be like little wings. Like, what was that little thing that got busted up? Red Wing. Yeah.
Something smaller, but I think there's definitely some type of wings involved.
Yeah.
So I'm under the same impression of, I guess you are too. Dawn, did I welcome in Dawn from the Hitchhiking Bones? I probably didn't, but welcome in Dawn.
New suit.
I think it's a new suit, and I think it's a Captain America style of a new suit.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to remember, his last suit was made by Tony Stark and Stark Industries.
Oh, was it? The Falcon was?
Yeah,
okay.
Right. The Falcon suit was redesigned after the Civil War, and then was because remember he said it's Stark Technologies that he was working on.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
So I think this suit comes from Shuri, and the Wakandans, and I think it's going to be a more modified suit than what he caught at the Starks, because if we remember right, the two smartest developers was Shuri. I'm getting there.
You're not, though, because you keep saying
I have an issue with names.
Okay.
Is it Shuri, like Zuri?
Shuri and Tony Stark were the most intelligent developers regarding technology.
Correct.
Okay.
I think, and what I think was interesting was that it was mentioned the shield isn't the government's. The shield is not property of the United States government. It is property. It's property of the Wakandans. The same thing will be with this suit, is that it's going to be the Wakandans.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Because they made it with vibranium, so therefore
vibranium,
it belongs
which is
to them.
from their land. Yeah.
Well, welcome in, Daniel. There's Infinity. If you remember right, in Civil War, Steve Rogers tossed it down because Tony says
my dad made that shield.
Correct. So is it a Stark Industry shield?
No, I don't
think
so.
Then again, that's the shield that we're talking about in Endgame was destroyed. Correct? The shield that Captain America gives to Sam is a new shield altogether. Because of time travel
from the past, it's a different shield.
So, do we want to talk about time travel? No.
No.
Did you see the life just drain down from Ken?
Yesterday at a wedding. I was at a wedding and I had to hear about this stupid time travel stuff.
Did you see the life just drained from her when I talked about time travel?
Yeah, but then the question is it this new different shield Wakandans, or is it still the same Tony Stark?
We really don't know if it's a Wakandan shield, or is it a Stark shield, or is it a shield that Steve Rogers has made for himself?
But all we know is
it only belongs to the beholder that was given to.
This new suit is Wakandan technology.
Yeah.
This is not United States property. And
the new suit, yes.
Yes, the new suit. I think that's going to be awesome.
I can't wait for the premiere of the new suit next week.
That's going to be amazing. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of stuff that's going to happen next week.
Yeah, it's going to be. They're going to have to fit a lot into 50 minutes.
I feel like it might be a little bit.
They might it. That's what I said.
I think it's going to be like an hour and 20, hour 15 minutes or so.
Okay.
They're going to have to make it longer because they have to first of all probably mention the power broker and who they truly are, and then they have to whatever John Walker was doing, And then they have Carly, this new French person that's trying to kill Falcon, and all this other stuff that's combined now.
Mm-hmm.
They have to answer.
So Brian Eisenhart says the Wakandans didn't make vibranium; they mine it. That's correct, but almost 99.9% of all vibranium is found in Wakanda, and 2 different types of Wakanda and Arctic. They have different powers. Katrina Scalpini says, now dumb question. There is no dumb questions. A dumb question is a question that isn't asked.
I don't think he's going to...
Captain America, will he keep Captain America name or keep the Falcon name? I don't know for sure.
I don't think he's going to keep either name. I think it's going to be some Captain Falcon. I think it'll probably be something different.
Falcon America.
Because what's up?
So my next question was a little bit more of a comic question because, we have to lighten the mood. Do you think Bucky was hitting on Sam's sister just to aggravate Sam?
Yes.
I think it was just to aggravate Sam.
I don't think so, but I feel like it was also more because of it.
It made the episode have a little light moment.
It was funny, yeah. I think Bucky brought a lot of the good, comedic moments of this.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole I don't think about the arm, I'm right-handed. That was pretty funny. But I think he probably he probably was genuinely flirting with her. I think that was pretty funny.
And that's probably a big thing for him too, because like you said, he hadn't really done many dates in the time he's been alive and everything, so he hasn't really done that. So to see him flirting with Sam's sister of all people is kind of funny.
Yeah. And she would probably understand more, than the average person with her brother being the Falcon. So, yeah.
I think so. I think he was messing with her. But I think that was a lighthearted moment of the show. I enjoyed that. Another question do we have is, do we think that the raft will keep Zemo locked up? Because the Wakandans were taking him to the raft. Do you see the raft keeping Zemo locked up for all that time?
I don't think forever, but I think he'll be there for a while.
Oh, yeah. He's not going to be able to get out.
Yeah.
Or is there a second subplot here because the raft is who's in charge of the raft is the what's his name there, the general, because he actually does he does his own team, the Thunderbolts. Could he, which in the comics, if I'm not mistaken, was led by Baron Zemo? Could we see the beginning of the Thunderbolts in some kind of limited series in the future?
Good question. Yeah.
And I guess, we need a comic book nerd here to. And Chris from Dad Build says, "Yep, he thinks it might be the laying the foundations for the Thunderbolts."
Okay.
What's another question, Dad? We're kind of buzzing through these.
Yeah, I know we're kind of buzzing through them real quick because So, do we, with Sam telling his army contact to keep his old suit, do you see this as a possibility of the Falcon? Like
yes,
Steve Rogers handed down the shield. Do you think that we see the burgeoning of a new Falcon coming out?
No, I don't think it's as big.
You don't think?
I don't think so. I think his whole thing was keep the wings, I don't need them anymore. And, maybe Taurus will become Falcon, Daniel says Tor's becoming Falcon in the comics. Maybe he will, but I don't think it's going to be like a big thing like it was like Captain America as a new Captain America.
Right. It just might be subtle.
Because I don't think he was passing them down to him. I think he was kind of like, I'm done with that part. I'm not Falcon anymore.
Right.
Yeah, because then he also has Bucky too with him. Bucky is also kind of like a partner with him, I guess.
Who?
Bucky and Sam. They kind of
are like partners. They said they're just guys. They're just guys. He's not there anymore, so they're just a bunch of guys.
Yeah.
They're just a bunch of guys hanging out.
I thought that was funny.
I mean, could they be laying a foundation for a spin-off from Falcon and the Winter Soldier? I mean,
absolutely.
I think it would be nice to have more movies. I don't think we need more spin-offs. I don't think we need more TV shows. We got so many happening.
Well, I understand, but I mean, we have WandaVision, which was a limited series, one-off series. The same thing with Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which the huge difference is, how do we not think that, you know, they got to keep Marvel people interested, you know?
Right.
They've got Loki coming out, which is supposed to be a multiple series. Yeah, just mentioning Loki, and I get that from her.
I got my new phone case. It's so pretty. Which is going to have multiple seasons, which is amazing. Just more Loki content for me. More edits I can make.
So, hold on a second. With Loki being a multiple year series, and I think if I'm not mistaken, Marvel has just Loki on an idea where we talked about having the Sharon Carter, which now I don't think Sharon Carter would fit in with the two, like Agent Wu and the girl
Darcy.
Darcy.
Yeah, Brian, I agree, and Katrina, I have it too. Brian said that the conversation that John Walker had with Lamar's family was cringy. I hated that.
Absolutely. Yeah. That was rough.
Especially since he was talking to them and he was like, the person that killed your son, he was killed, I killed him and everything. When I think John Walker knows it wasn't the right person. He knows that he killed the wrong person out of the rage that he was in during the time. And he kind of feels a little bit of like remorse for that, but not really. He just feels like he's probably lying to them and saying that he got who killed Lamar when really he knows that.
So he knows that Carly did it, but he just couldn't catch her. Is that what the deal was? So he ran to whoever.
He had so much rage. I think his whole thing was that he wanted to look good. He wanted to look like a hero in front of Lamar's family, so he lied to them. It was ridiculous. I hate John Walker.
Yeah. I just wonder why he did it in the first place, because he knew it wasn't this guy. So he didn't care who he was killing. Rage. Yeah. Yeah.
He didn't care. I think he just had so much rage, and you can even see that he has like a horrible temper when he's literally talking in front of all of these like militant people, all these people in charge, and starts yelling at them. Like, dude, yelling at these people is not gonna make your situation any better.
Yeah, and then he storms out too because he gets upset, and then he ends up storming out of the room and just leaving.
Yeah. Yeah, very strange.
All right, so I had a couple other things. What did you think of the post-credits scene?
I think John Walker has finally snapped. I think he's to the point where he's just like so he can't like bounce back from what he's done, and he's just too far into what he's started, and that he's kind of just a little bit crazy now with the like this obsession of having to be Captain America and feeling that he has to be like the next Steve Rogers when everybody knows that he's not, but he feels like he has to prove to them constantly that he is, even when he knows himself that he's probably not.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go ahead, Kenzie.
Well, Dawn said, yeah, I think Walker is a mess at this point. Superheroes normally have some self-control under stress, and it's so clear that Walker does not have any of that control under stress.
Yeah.
I think so too. So just kind of to explain if somebody just to refresh everybody, at the end scene credit, we have John Walker, who's reforging his own.
He's DIYing it.
He's DIYing his own Captain America shield because it looks like he still has the suit, but he doesn't have the shield, and that shield is not going to be the same type of shield that you're going to get. And obviously, he doesn't have like spare vibranium somewhere in the house.
Spray painting the shield.
I cannot wait for him to throw that thing, and I want him to like throw it at Bucky, and for Bucky to catch it and it just fall apart in his hand.
Or him just crinkle it.
That would be so. No, it just falls apart on impact. The moment he grabs it, it just falls apart like Legos. Like that would be so funny.
That's funny.
Yeah. So what did go out of the garbage can lid? Yeah. He made it out of a garbage can lid. That's funny. Well, he also took some of his medals and he melted them down for the.
Oh yeah.
He took his badge
of honor or whatever he had. I
think what he got, the Congressional Medal of Honor. He used that for welding. Who knows?
Yeah.
He lost his mind.
Did we ever talk about what we thought that guy was, why he wanted to kill the Falcon, and what was that stuff in that suitcase that they opened? Were those bombs?
Oh, that was all right. So let's get back to that. So we have what's the GNC is actually voting on a relocation bill. So they're during this snap. So what happens here is during the snap, all these people kind of like move to different countries. So
right.
So now the snap has been reversed. People come back, and now we have borders again. So the whole idea here is that they're making a vote on whether or not to locate everybody that had moved from different borders and move them back to their original country. Because here we have, people migrated for resources or strengths, and, so now they're saying, we're going to take all these people and put them back wherever they came from. And I guess this is Callie and her team's issue. She doesn't,
right.
She believes in a one world, one nation. And then we have the United Nations or whatever, the GNC. And here we have the meeting that's going on. And we see the two security guards who say one world, one nation, or one nation, one people, or one world, one people. Yeah. And they black it out. I think those are explosive devices, or we have technology to either bypass security to take care or disrupt security, and probably some explosives. So that's what I think is out of this. I think that's what he delivered. And his job, he wants to kill the Falcon for making a fool of himself in the first episode. I'm making a fool of him in the first episode by grabbing his prisoner.
That was the same guy from the first episode. Okay, I didn't put two and two together. Okay, all right. So
then, and when she says you'll get your chance, because she thinks she's been spurned by Sam, because she thought he was only biding time for the fake Captain America to show up and arrest her.
But after that, I think she still said she didn't want to kill him. Wasn't it after that she threatened Sam's sister and stuff?
It was, but I don't think she cares for him.
Okay.
I think if you look at the conversation, Callie goes back to the resettlement camp and sees that they have now taken everybody and rounded them up, and they're blaming them for harboring a terrorist organization or harboring a wanted criminals.
Does she think Sam's behind that though, or does she? I
think it's all a fallout. I think it's a fallout from everything. So I think that's where we have the issue here. So she's now really been radicalized to a point where I think she is now going to do whatever she feels is her necessary.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't even care about anybody. Like my thing about the episodes at this point, I don't care about Carly. I don't care about I don't care about that stuff. I want Bucky and Sam. That's what the show is called, Falcon and Winter Soldier. I don't care about all these side plots. I don't really care that much.
Yeah.
Huh. Welcome in, Cynthia.
Yeah. So what does Cynthia say? The lady who helped Sam?
You mean John Walker? I think she's talking about Elaine.
Yeah, I think she's going to be a baddie. And if I'm not mistaken, she was, again, talking about it, she was supposed to be introduced in the
Black Widow.
Black Widow, probably, and you would have had an understanding on who she was. If I'm not mistaken, I think Falcon and the Winter Soldier was being principally the principal photography for Falcon and Winter Soldier was late 2019, early 2020. Everything got shut down during the COVID, and I think they did reshoots in late 2020. And technically, Falcon and the Winter Soldier was supposed to come out before WandaVision.
Oh, it was?
Yes.
Oh.
So I think if and I've watched some videos that kind of had an idea of where that they think that there might have been a pandemic type storyline that was too close to be comfort for last year. That there have been some changes to the storyline to make it work. So I think I don't know for sure how and what's going on, but I think the storyline that we're getting is a workaround to make it so it doesn't so crazy.
Yeah. Okay.
It seems like she was talking about Sharon Carter, though, not Walker.
I have no idea.
The rich lady. With the
rich
lady
place. Who's living, Sharon Carter, I think.
I think she's talking about Sharon Carter.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And
yeah, she had all the paintings and stuff.
I understand you need a good villain. I just don't really like these villains. I think they're boring.
We also have, I mean, when you're looking at it, is Sharon Carter helps Sam and Bucky out in our last episode, and she actually works against her enemies or their enemies this episode.
Yeah.
So that's why I have a feeling that she may be high up in either she is the power broker or high up in the power brokers organization.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I think so too now.
She has all this access to different things, and she knows all these different people that can get her what she needs.
Yeah.
I wonder how else she would know how to contact these people if she wasn't involved with the power broker in some sort of way.
Yeah.
Because she's able to get into all these things that she needs or find like people that they need to find and all this like stuff that you wouldn't think she'd be able to do just by herself. So I feel like she definitely has some sort of help with this.
Yeah.
So my last question I had written down, it's very really just an idea of what you think's coming up. Because here we are, we're on episode 5. We are it's a 6-episode arc, so we know that the last episode next week is the last episode of Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Uh-huh.
What do you think is going to happen next week, and how do you think they're going to wrap up the storylines? Just your opinion. It doesn't have to be, just to see where you think things might get tied up. And Kenz, you have your hand up, so you can go first.
I think that Sam's going to debut the new suit. Sam and Buck are going to end up going off, like partnering up. I think that's the end goal right here, is that they are now friends. They're going to end up, being teammates. I think John Walker is going to throw a tantrum, and they're going to beat his butt and break that shield, or he's going to run off with, this Elaine Val character, and, maybe we'll see him in a future movie.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think they're going to be able to wrap up a whole lot in just the one episode.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. And then I had thought maybe that Carly and her team, they would realize that what they were doing was wrong, and they would like somewhat kind of pair up with Falcon Bucky to try to like prevent John Walker from doing whatever he was going to do. I don't know what he's planning to do with this now DIY shield he has.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's going to do. He's like, seems a little bit.
Yeah, I have a feeling that somebody's going to have to protect Carly from John Walker. So I feel like he might try to go get her. And then I think Sam is going to have to step in and fight for Carly. Maybe.
That's why I thought they were going to end up working together somehow. Because now John Walker has a super serum. And he was already kind of crazy before, but now he's even more crazy. And so I feel like he's going to stop at nothing to try to kill Carly now.
Right.
He's going to try to do everything in his power to get to her because...
Yeah. And the power broker wants her too. But does the power broker realize all the serums have been destroyed?
I don't know yet. That's something we're not for sure. Welcome in Elevators Not Worthy. Brian Eisenhart, there is no next season. This is a limited run season, a one season, 6 episode. There will... According to from my information, there is no season 2 of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And I don't see and from what I understand, there's nothing leading up to a movie that deals with Falcon and Winter Soldier, where like WandaVision is going to be leading into Doctor Strange in the multiverse. I don't know if they have a movie set up for Falcon and the Winter Soldier and John Walker or where they're going to go with this. I would love to see a second season, but if I'm not mistaken, it was set up for a single season only. Kenz, go ahead.
So I looked it up, and Sebastian Stan says himself that he has not heard any rumors or any talk of a second season.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, and it's unfortunate because, I mean, I would personally love to see this coming into a movie and knowing that there's a movie coming out of this, but I'm not sure. So my feeling is that we're going to see... It's all going to end up in New York City because Sam now knows that the what's the name of them? The Flag Smashers are in New York, and you're going to see Sam there. You're going to see Bucky there. You're going to see. I think you might see who really is the power broker. Maybe the power broker has set all of this up to help Callie, to get Callie and her team. I'd like to see where this all comes out. I think we're going to see a huge battle in New York City. And New York City has been a huge place for a lot of battles in the past. I mean,
or New York City.
Huh?
Or New York has been like the subject of like so
multiple different. Yeah, Loki invaded it in Avengers, and then there was also they were in New York, in parts of Infinity War.
There's just so much happening.
It's a lot of New York gets destroyed.
I'm surprised people like still live there.
Yeah.
Mephisto comes out and snatches Bucky, traps him in a nightmare dimension. Doctor Strange shows up and gives the Falcon magical powers. Wanda shows up and they say they have her kids, and Loki's standing in the shadows. Chris, Dad Bill, I love it.
He lurks.
He lurks. Or they just get done with the battle and all go for shawarma.
All right, we got like 7 minutes left.
Yes, that's true. So next week we are going to be on Kenzie Days' channel. And at this time, we know for sure, I think, well, I say Kenzie Days, but all I get is a burning with glorious purpose. I guess that's her name from now on.
I could change it to something better. I'm just going to change it to that.
Isn't that the same?
Yeah, but this is more context.
Oh, it has more context. So,
why do you guys think I love dyeing my hair black so much? Anybody made that connection?
Yeah.
No.
So next week we are on Kenzie Days' channel, just like the banner across the bottom says. Join us next week for Kenzie Days. It's at 3:00 in the afternoon on Sunday. It'll be an interesting show because Kenzie hosts. I will be in Walt Disney World.
Yeah.
Because I like rubbing it into Ken's.
Right. Oh, jeez.
What?
Brian gave me inspiration.
There you go.
Welcome in, Tina Marie's place. So next week, 3:00 I know me and Jeff will be on for a short period of time. I think we're going to give a brief overview of what we thought of this, of how it wrapped up, because we're going to be hanging out and having dinner with a friend of ours.
I have to change the name to what it actually is. Because this is what Loki's last name actually is. So.
Oh.
Poor Matt. Someone said poor Matt.
Matt loves Natasha.
Yeah. So we're going to be in real quick to say hi and what we thought of the roundup. I know Kenzie will be there. I know Angela, she's still going to be in Pittsburgh, probably joined by her new co-host.
Yeah.
Oh, you have to be here for the finale, right?
Oh, yeah, sure.
I think Russ took this week off, but I think he said he may be here next week. So we'll see how that works out. Russ, looking forward to having you back. And I know me and Jeff's going to be eating dinner at Via Napoli at 3:15 with a friend of ours named Chris. So
I thought you weren't supposed to announce that. I thought that was the whole
thing. I don't
thing.
care.
It was a secret thing.
We didn't say Chris could join us. We just say he may join us.
We didn't say he was allowed.
Oh, jeez.
It's got to be approved. So, Jeff and Angela, what do you got coming up?
Jeff and Angela, Abby and Angela.
Abby.
Abby and Angela. Abby's got school lined up. I know that Jeff plans on going to a park sometime this week.
Yes. Yeah. So keep an eye out for some vlogs coming out that we have kind of ready to go for food. And then Jeff will be at Magic Kingdom on Wednesday. So he will be streaming bright and early in the morning. And that's what we have coming up in the near future.
He had 13 rides in one day yesterday.
I know. I wonder if he'll be able to do more on Wednesday. We'll have to see.
We'll have to see.
Yes.
Kenzie, what do you got coming up?
My stream tomorrow at 4:30. I can't remember what else. I think that's about it for me. I'm really busy with finishing up school for the semester. I got 3 weeks left. This is my third to last week. So once I'm done with that, easy breezing for the summer. Very excited about that.
Aren't you taking a summer class?
I am taking a summer class, but that is not music related. So it's a science course that I was supposed to take this semester and I ended up not taking. So I'm taking that over the summer. And other than that, I will be, much more active with streaming, finally making vlogs. I haven't been able to post a vlog since last December, so I'll finally be posting vlogs more. Very excited about it.
Yay.
So for me, I have book club tomorrow at 3:00 on Tina Marie's place. Someone still has to read. So maybe I'll just get Audible for a day.
I got Audible.
Yeah. And then Tuesday, nope, there is no book because Monday's book club. Your stream is Monday. And then Wednesday, I don't plan on being there for Wednesday, whateverness, because they're talking about the 10 hottest guys. That's Tina. Tina wants to talk about
what are they talking about?
The 10 hottest guys in Marvel.
Kenzie, look at her. She's all lighting up.
I have to be there.
That's right. Tina is talking about the hottest guys in Marvel. Not her top 10, her hottest guys. That's what Tina's mind's on.
I mean, you have to think about it. Marvel chose some pretty good actors, I would say, to play these characters.
She said top 10 men of Marvel.
But we all know what she means. She's talking about the top hottest guys in Marvel.
And you know what? That's okay, Tina. We support you. Don't make it raunchy, Tracy. Loki and Tom Hiddleston better be there.
Loki didn't make the list.
Tina, I need you to pre-send me that list so I can make sure Tom Hiddleston's on it. And if he's not, I'm going to have to boycott.
And then on Thursday, I have Not Wasting Time. And it's probably me just sitting there twiddling my thumbs, waiting to go to Disney. So
He's going to pack Friday morning.
Huh?
He's going to pack Friday morning and forget
Probably.
something.
And then on Friday, I'm flying out down to Florida and if you haven't subscribed to me, please subscribe to me. And we maybe
turn on the notification.
Huh?
Turn on your notifications for if he goes live when he's down there.
Yeah.
That's true. All right, guys. Thank you for joining us on Nerd Talk. Don't forget to catch us next week on Kenzie Days' channel. I want to thank Dean from The Live Place for hosting Nerd Talk on The Live Place. If you want a family streamer, please go check out The Live Place. Guys, have a great day, and thank you for giving us your Sunday.
Bye.
Dancing